Hi and welcome back to New Forest Feast. Today we're making one of my favourites, the humble Welsh cake. I'm adorned in my flag. I'm born and raised in Wales. Although I live in the New Forest now, I've lost a bit of my accent, but I've not lost my love for these. So let's cook. So today we're not following the recipe handed down to me, but rather one from the National Trust book again, taken from Penrhyn Castle in Gwynedd, and the Welsh cakes. So as per this recipe, we have 125 grams of self-raising flour, we have a pinch of salt, a pinch of mixed spice, also a pinch of ground cinnamon, 100 grams of margarine, which I've got here, 75 grams of caster sugar, 75 grams of currants, and also 25 grams of chopped peel, and then 1 egg and milk to bind. So this is a really straightforward recipe to follow. Just add in the self-raising flour, pinch of salt, pinch of mixed spice, and a pinch of cinnamon. And then in with the butter. So we're aiming here to rub these together to get something to resemble breadcrumbs, and then we can go ahead and add the other ingredients. Okay, so I've mixed this for around maybe a minute, and this is the consistency we're after.
Hi, I'm a new channel looking for subscribers who love cooking. So if you find this helpful and enjoyable, hit that subscribe button and you get notified every time I drop a new video.
All those smells. It's got a bit of Christmas cake about it. Yeah, perfect this time of year. Right, so now we're at this consistency, we go ahead and add 1 egg. And around a tablespoon of milk. This may vary just to bind it, but this part you get very messy. And we're looking to get a nice rough dough. So all thoroughly mixed. This sort of texture we're after. A cookie dough. So with that all done, set it aside. I've got a frying pan, nice thick bottom frying pan up to medium heat. They're traditionally done on griddles. So if you've got one of those, crack on with that. But we're now going to get these in the small biscuit shapes. So you can either roll these out with a pin, but they are quite sticky. So I tend to just get mucky. A small, maybe small golf ball size, give them a gentle roll, then push them down flat to about 1/4 inch thick, and that's the sort of size we're after. So being they're so sticky, it's quite hard to keep them all stored up, so I tend to make them like this and drop them straight into the frying pan. So I'm going to take this workstation over to my hob. Okay, so these need about 5 minutes on each side, then you flip them over. But whilst they're cooking, just some of the variations between this recipe and the one I've been handed down. This one has chopped peel, which I've never added, but that'd be an interesting element to it. And the other one then is going to be the mixed spice. I tend to put a teaspoon in, and that's all for the spices. This one has a pinch of mixed spice and cinnamon, so again, a bit of a difference. And then margarine, I tend to add butter. But there'll be variations all across Wales, because these are made for coal miners to take down the mines. They're small, quite tough, easy to pack, and they do taste great. I do love them. So there'll be variations of all sorts, but they're quite Christmassy, and around this time of year, they tend to add a splash of brandy to the mix. So I imagine instead of the milk, you put the brandy in there to bind it all up. And then of course you can serve it with brandy butter, or do both. Right, if I bring it down and show you what sort of finish we're after. You can see they've been flipped over, and that's the kind of crust we're after. So just get the others flipped over. So we get these onto a plate. I tend to stack them like this, and then the next lot, I'm going to cook that more on that side. The next lot I'll alternately stack here, here and here, almost bring up like a bit of an odd Jenga. But of course you can put them onto a wire cooling rack. And sometimes they do puff up a bit as well, so just gently push them back down. And these are dry fried, there's no oil, no nothing at all, just as they are. So you want them to be about this thick. Keep pushing them down, and they will have that soft center still. You can still feel the squish on it, it's not a problem at all. As it comes off, it keeps on cooking through, and then it all firms up when it cools. Okay, so last one's coming off. It's made a nice 12. So off the heat. And the last very traditional way to finish these off is caster sugar just on top of them. So you can either, which they do a lot in Swansea Market, just literally just dunk them in and they come off that nice. The other way is literally just sprinkle it. Okay, and now to taste. Now as a Welshman, I know the best time to have these is right now. They've cooled down for about 5 minutes, still soft and warm in the middle. Absolutely amazing. Oh yeah. That is good. That citrus is coming through, which is new to me. Yeah, that's going to be a staple. Really is. You know what, if you've tried Welsh cakes before, give this recipe a go. If you haven't tried them, you honestly do not know what you're missing. Yeah, and I'll catch you next week.